they both like it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a thing. And so Damon was fucking me from behind. I was in doggy and Quentin starts choking me. And I was like, oh, is that all you got? And so he spits at me and I spit in his face. Like just straight spit in his face. Just for the purpose to make him mad at me. And he started choking me so hard. And Quentin's face got so red. And he had that evil laugh of like, and I looked at him and I was like, you can punish me now? And he was like, you fucking bitch. And I'm like, yay.
Your wardrobe screams fatherless.
You have more trust in that top Zypin people.
How was your relationship with your father? Just saying, why did you get the attention you wanted?
You need Jesus. That's offensive. Welcome back to That's Offensive. It is Daddy Deelz here with my girl crush, Maddie May.
Hello.
And we still haven't fucked, by the way, everyone who's wondering. We've tried.
We have. We've kissed, though.
We made out a little bit.
We have kissed, though. But
yeah.
Trust me, guys. It's coming.
It's coming because the one time we were going to, I tested positive for gonorrhea in my throat. And I didn't have gonorrhea, but like you didn't
It was just a false test.
Yeah. I haven't gone back to Planned Parenthood, talent testing since because I don't trust them.
Yeah, I don't trust talent testing. CET is the only way to go.
Yeah, I went to CET literally the next day.
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, she was supposed to be in the Barbie orgy, guys.
I was supposed to be in the Barbie orgy.
The whole thing. She got screwed, not in the good way.
No. Fuck you, talent testing. I tried to get a refund and they were like, well, you'll have to come back for another test. I'm like, drive a whole hour to go to talent testing just to get a refund? No.
What, you can just refund my card?
Yeah, thank you. Like, you guys would rather do another free test and then what, argue you got 2 tests for the price of, like, no.
Or for me to get chlamydia and gonorrhea now.
Yeah.
It's like I have all of it.
Now you have everything. The celibate girl.
Yep.
Who's gotten no pussy and no dick.
Quarantine. Just isolate. Just isolate.
I have every STD.
Everything you could possibly have, you have it. I'm sorry. You're just a walking statistic.
But honestly, it would happen to me that I would like get gonorrhea or something from making out with someone. Like that would be something that would happen to me.
I would believe it if you called me and you were like, hey, this happened. I'd be like, yeah.
With the 5 people I think I've made out with all year, or 5 or 6.
But watch, it'd be none of them. Just somehow you would get it from somebody else.
I shared a drink.
You shared a water.
Someone spit a loogie in my drink.
That's
and
it.
I got gonorrhea in my throat.
Somebody spit on the weights before you grabbed them to work out.
Yeah.
Just
my whole hand.
Just
syphilis.
swells up hives. Just hives everywhere. Just, guys, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Just a dirty girl.
It's dirty toilet seats. You know, like the guys who were like, I don't know how you got chlamydia. It must have been from the toilet seat that.
You dumbass. Like totally the toilet seat. You're
Yeah,
totally right. Totally right. Have you gotten it from when you sit down to shit? No.
Yeah.
No.
No. Have you gotten asshole?
That's not how it works, guys. Just if you can't gather what we're saying, that's not how it works.
I will
say
that the fucking rectal swab is the worst thing in the world.
I hate it so bad. Like, and some people were like just dry shoving it in your ass, and it's like, girl, you can't. Like, just.
I was doing. That's why it hurt.
That's So just for you guys to know, there's a anal swab that we do now to test for gonorrhea and chlamydia, the super version, and you have like it's like the COVID swab, and you're supposed to just put it in your ass, right?
Yeah.
It's cotton.
I know, that's why I thought it hurt.
On a dry surface. Yes, that's going to hurt. It's like just put a little bit of spit on there and just put it in. You're good.
Okay. There's not been a single time when I do it that, like, shit does not come off.
It'll change your life. I promise it won't hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. See, I've never done butt stuff on... Well, I've done, like, anal beads and, like, butt plugs, but, like...
Did you do that dry?
No.
Okay.
Oh, my God. So those, yeah,
okay.
I was prepared.
If it goes in your butt...
You need a little lubrication.
You need a little spitty spit.
A little spitty spit.
Yeah.
Why did I not think of that?
You live on the edge. You're like, I will find a way to enjoy this.
I will, because I kind of do like pain. Like, if I don't get bruised after sex, was it good?
No, you always say if I don't get a concussion.
If I don't get
If I walk away and I can think correctly, you didn't fuck me right.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Knock me out. If I remember my orgasm, it wasn't good enough. Knock me out. I want to have amnesia. Who am I?
Yeah, who am I? My vagina feels great, but like...
Just throbbing. It's like, are you okay? It's like...
I got my nut.
You got it.
Yeah.
You just don't know where you are.
How's the gun fantasy going?
Hasn't happened yet. Just like we haven't fucked yet. Hasn't been there yet.
I'm not gonna fuck you with a gun.
No. Okay, so I started thinking about it more, and I'm like, I understand. I think I was just like extremist. I was like,
just fuck me with a gun with a bullet in it.
But I told them they could lie to me. Like, you can lie to me and tell me. Just don't tell me the truth.
I'm such a bad liar. Yeah.
I have a friend that did it, but the gun wasn't loaded, but they were clicking it the whole time, and she said even that was like hot as fuck.
Damn.
So I was like, maybe I'll try that first.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no bullet. She was like, no, but your brain still
gets freaked out.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Well, that's a little more safe.
Yeah. I need to get my more dominant side out, because I like to be a brat, but it's like, because you're a switch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll be dominant over me.
Yeah, I like to be in control more. I'm very much a pleaser too.
Okay.
I like. There's something just like witchy and fun for me of like whenever I see the male or female, when I see you getting to that point of like just that point, your eyes, and you're like, oh shit, this feels good. Like, oh shit, I get this little giggle in my head. I'm like,
I'm great.
I'm like, yes. Keep going. Keep going. You're good? Keep going. It's just so fun for me.
So it's either you're a pleaser or you're like, you're not fucking me good enough.
Yeah. With women, I don't even have to reciprocate. I can be fully satisfied and happy just by getting off on that. But with men, that's where the brattiness comes out. It's like you're either gonna do it or you're not, and half the time you can't.
It's funny because with men, I feel like I'm a brat. I feel like I can punch a man and stuff. And
Same.
I'm like, but with women, I'm a lot more gentle natured. But like also I'm a lot more nervous around women. Like men.
Women are more intimidating.
They're so intimidating.
Like I worked with Quentin James and I spit in his face during the scene. It was me, him, and Damon Dives. And it was for the Balesa house. So we had like a 7-minute window because it was like the orgy. So people were coming in and out, and it was like their house party. And so it was me and them too. And they both know how I am. And they both like it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a thing. And so Damon was fucking me from behind. I was in doggy, and Quentin starts choking me. And I was like, oh, is that all you got? And so he spits at me, and I spit in his face. Like, just straight spit in his face. Just for the purpose to make him mad at me. And he started choking me so hard, and Quentin's face got so red. And he had that evil laugh of like, and I looked at him, and I was like, you can punish me now? And he was like, you fucking bitch. And I'm like, yay.
Yay.
And I'm like, I did it. I made you mad. But it wasn't in like a mean way. It was just like one of those like, you fucking brat. Like I knew in that moment there was that man moment of like, if I could fucking choke your ass out right now, I would totally fucking do it. And I'm like, yeah.
So funny. Damon was like, oh, you're fucking Maddy. Good luck, dude.
Did he really?
Yeah. He's like, she's gonna destroy you.
I'm gonna fuck you up, but in the best way. 'Cause, like, I'm more gentle. I'm not gonna like aggressively spit in your face. I would just like.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like that.
No. But I will fuck you up to the point like just sensually. Yeah. Afterwards, you'll be like, I don't need headbanging music with women. Only men. That's one thing. That's my goal with you. I want to show you that you don't have to fucking get a concussion to still have that kind of fun. That's been my goal since the day one. Yeah, day one. Because when you were like, I fucking need this. I need this shit. Like, I need that shit. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to show you don't have to have that shit. Like, I'm going to take care of you. I promise. Just let me drive. Let me be the driver. Get in the car. You just get in the car. I'm the Uber. Just come on.
You're going to teach me how to eat pussy better because I've been practicing on a fucking, like, pocket pussy because I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I think I forgot how to, I don't remember how to eat pussy because I have my dildo to practice.
Eat it how you like yours eaten.
Yeah, but also I've only had like 2 or 3 people eat my pussy good, and it's been 2 years.
That's true.
Since I've actually had my pussy eaten well. So I don't even remember how I like mine eaten.
I mean, between me and Emma and Cherie.
Oh.
You're good.
You're so fucking good. Emma was like, oh my God, I had no idea your vagina has like cobwebs on it.
Yeah. We're gonna
She's
have to
like
blow
so
that off.
excited.
Like I think all of us are.
Yeah.
It's getting the chance to take a virginity all over again, and we do porn now, so it's like
it's so exciting.
I used to do it in high school. I loved taking virginities in high school.
Too.
But now that I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm like, oh, everyone else is a whore too. And then you're like, do you want to fuck me? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Let me take care of you. I will guide your hands gracefully. You're going to be like Talladega Nights, like, I don't know what to do with my hand. I'm going to be eating your pussy, and you're going to be like,
what do I do?
No. You'll touch my head and then move away like, do I...
I really think that's how my first time back is going to be.
It's going to be so cute. I just grab your hand. I'm like, just put it here. You're fine. I just hold it.
That's why I've been so nervous because I'm like, whoever I lose my girl celibacy to, like, it cannot be someone who's going to be like, Adelia is really awkward.
I think it's going to be very comical. So you need to have somebody that you feel comfortable feeling awkward and laughing with, where you're not laughing because you're like, I feel awkward. You're laughing like, this is funny, but not weird.
Yeah. I used to drink. Like if I was about to hook up with someone for the first time, I'd get like blackout drunk, but like I don't drink anymore. So how are you supposed to deal with those nerves?
You have professionals taking care of you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally your job.
It's literally our job. And I dated women.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just, I can't date you guys again. Y'all are crazy. Women are too fucking.
Oh my God. You know what's so funny actually is I always said I could never date a woman. And then I've actually never told you this before, but then I met you and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I could go on a date with Maddy, or she could be my best friend.
Let's do both. I'll take you on a date. I love girl dates. I am so gay. It's such a problem. I'm so gay, guys.
I didn't realize because I was so it's like I never wanted to identify as like bisexual before because I'm like, okay, I could never see myself dating a woman, and then I met you and I'm like, my vagina was like, it had a heartbeat.
It's because I'm weird. It's because I'm fucking weird.
We're just little weirdos. You know how much alcohol it took me to call you and tell you I had a crush on you?
You were so drunk, guys. I haven't seen somebody this drunk in a long time. She called me, like, I swear makeup was fucked up and everything, just confessing everything. I'm like, I love you so much. I wish I could have recorded it. Be like, insert here. I
was like at a dubstep. It was like a whole festival, open bar all day. I was like...
You were in it. You were in the sauce.
I was in
You were the cook. You were making the sauce the whole time.
Because I can't tell someone I have a crush on them. So actually I did like 2 weeks ago and it was very one-sided, but it's fine.
That's fine. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Their loss.
Well, he's like, we're best friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you after.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the story.
Yeah. Well, does he watch the podcast?
Yes.
Since you want to say you're best friends, sometimes relationships make the best relationships because of friendships. But, you know. He
doesn't want a relationship right now. And he's also scared of my celibacy.
Loser.
I'll get attached. It's okay. I'll get attached to you too, probably.
That's
but
fine.
It's fine.
I am codependent.
I'll be like, Maddy.
I'll be like, yes, baby.
I'm ovulating.
I'll be like, come here, I got you. I just grab my strap and just cinch it every time. I'm like,
it's so funny when people, like, here's the thing. I do think dicks are better than straps, but for girls to say straps don't feel good, they're like, have you never been fucked good?
That's the thing. It's like, you just have to, like, straps can still feel good. You just have to have the good toy and a good rhythm.
Yeah. I've never used a strap, but I'm not dominant.
I'm
I feel
new
like,
at it. Like, but I can, but my favorite, like, I can.
With the hand?
I can do that, my mouth and my fingers at the same time. Be like, I'm going to.
I will say I give men a little bit of credit because the thrusting motions are kind of hard if you don't know what, like, when you're first starting.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
I'm like, what the? Like, what?
First time I did it, I strapped Lily Larimore, like, my first year into the industry. And I started, like, fucking her and Doggy. And then finally I sat down. I was like, hey, you got to ride me. I was like, this is too much work. And she looks at me. She goes, what is that? Come on. Good girl. I was like, I did not pump. I was like, this is too much. I gave 5 pumps. I said, no more. You can ride it. Bounce it. I'll look at it. Just bounce it.
Just bounce.
It's pretty.
That's so fun. Because you strip.
Yeah.
And I would think stripping's way harder.
I can shake my ass easier than I can thrust. It's too much work. But my arm strength.
That arm strength.
I've got that. I've got that. I did an orgy, and one girl was like, I want this. And I was like, okay. So I gave it to her. And then the other girl was like, I want it. And I was like, okay. So I gave it to her. And then the other girl was like, oh, I want some too. But this girl, like, it was Bella Rowland. She was damn near having a fucking, like, seizure. She was just sitting there, like.
Okay, like from orgasming?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
And the other girl.
I'm like, oh.
And then it was, Lumi Ray was the other girl on the couch. She was like, Maddy, she's good. And I looked at her and said, she'll tell me when she's done. She's like, she's not talking. I'm like, it's okay.
It's okay.
And Bella's just sitting there just fucking convulsing. And I'm like, she's fine. She's like, you're scaring me. I'm like, you're good. You're good. I was like, you're next.
I'm so excited.
It's literally just a train. She's like, oh, I like it. I'm like, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Better than a man, honestly.
I like it, so I know what, like, it's not hard, man. It's really not that difficult.
It's funny because I'm so intimidated at this point of women that I understand what men go through. I empathize with men at this point because I'm like, I just won't even fuck most people at this point because I'm like,
hence Damon telling you good luck.
And well, Damon was like, yo, whenever you want to break the internet, I'm like, Damon, I'm not gonna fuck you.
You're like, no, thank you.
I'm like, I'll fuck porn women, but porn men, like, that's a whole other.
That's a whole different beast to tackle.
That's like.
That's a whole different beast to tackle.
It's so funny because I feel like with my girlfriends, when I do fuck them, I can see them fuck whoever, and I'm just like, yes, I'm like the biggest cheerleader. But if I fuck a man and then I see him fucking all my friends, it's like it's a different switch in my brain.
It pisses me off.
But what is it? Why?
Monogamy. I don't know. Territorial.
But why am I not territorial over women and I am over men?
I mean, women are supposed to be with other partners. I don't know. Maybe because women.
No clue.
Respect. You respect women.
Maybe that's it.
It's respect. You respect women.
I'm just like, yeah, you do you, but with
you go queen, and then also, you're like, you're a pig.
I know, with that, it's like I could totally have like a non-monogamous relationship where like I want to be in the room, like I want to watch you fucking another girl or something. Cucky. Oh, I could totally be a cuck.
Oh, that's fun.
But, like, I want to be involved in every bit of the process. Yeah. Like, there is no part where, like, this man can text the woman, not in a group chat. Like, it has to be, I'm involved in everything. So it's like, I feel confident.
That's very fair. Yeah, you feel secure and safe. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I would cuck you. Like, I would cuck.
I'd cuck you. Yeah. I can cuck women easier than I could cuck, like, if I had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
If I saw him, I don't know if I could do that. But if I had a girlfriend, like, if me and you were dating, you were like, fucking Sally and Joe over here, I'd be like, you go, baby. You want lube? Open your hand. I just pour lube for you. I'm like, kiss you on the forehead, like, you have fun having fun? Do you need some water? Let me wipe the sweat off of you. You look hot. Fan you a little bit, like in the Romans.
You really are a giver.
I am such a giver. It's fun.
It's fun.
It's so fun. Why wouldn't you want to see somebody being pleased by you?
Yeah.
Call it narcissistic or pleasuring. I don't give a shit, but I like it.
You're like, I did this.
Exactly.
I made
fucking
this.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Even on set, like whenever I'm working with men or women, if I see them and having that moment, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I feel like, I'm trying to think. I need to hook up with more women. Mm-hmm. That's what I need to do.
You do. You need to have a woman hoe face.
I did. I was like in a lot of like woman orgies and stuff, but it's like in orgies.
That's different.
It's way different.
It's different than like one-on-one or like threesomes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm like overstimulated. Like there's so much pussy.
So much
many
adrenaline
things going on.
So much ass and tits. So many tits.
Yeah, and it's like I've definitely eaten other girls out since then, where it's just kind of like I can't tell if they're like bi or if they're doing it for content, and I'm like, so how was that for you? And it's just like you can't super tell, and I'm like, so this wasn't the most fun hookup of my life.
That's always the most awkward part about doing content with other women is like whenever they're not necessarily into women, they're into the aesthetic of it, or even if maybe hypothetically you are into women but you're not into me. It's like, that's my problem. It's like, I don't care if you like pussy. It's like, I want you to want my pussy.
Mm-hmm.
And don't do these things where like I barely touch you and you're already just screaming. I touch your knee and just I just came. Dude. I just want to, so bad every time I hear that, like, I don't do this because I can't, but I want to grab their panties and shove it in their mouth and duct tape it over and be like, shut the fuck up.
You can do that to me.
Okay.
You want to? Fun story, but I think I've had 3 men total who I've been hooking up with by ball gags to quote unquote get me to shut the fuck up.
Are you talking shit or just moaning?
Talking shit.
I love that. I support that. Support that.
I'm like, it's like talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd be like, huh, do you hear that dog outside? Just like, I don't have ADD, but I like saying kind of ADD like things. It's like, huh, did I put the laundry away?
It's like you're getting fucked and dying. You're like, wait, is the dryer running? Did I leave the stove on?
And it's like, they're just like, but it's mainly
like,
talking shit.
You're like, where's Wubs?
Where's Wubs?
Where's Wubs?
I haven't fucked enough with her yet. Well, not, oh my God, not fuck.
Not like that, guys. Don't be gross.
Yeah, don't be gross.
Don't be fucking weird.
But I've been celibate, there's only been, I guess, 1 guy or 2 guys that I fucked in front of her, and she just hides in the closet. She does not like it.
Well, at least she doesn't try to, like, attack the guy.
No.
Could you imagine?
No, but that if I ever were to get kidnapped, she would hide in the closet.
Yeah, you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear, kidnapped and clowns.
Clowns?
I fucking hate clowns. Everyone knows that I hate clowns at this point. I'm terrified.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a phobia. It's like I will commit murder.
Damn.
And I will say that so the internet will always have it.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that I get turned on by my kidnapping sometimes.
I do have a kidnapping fetish. I do have a kidnapping fetish, but only when, like, in a stalkery kind of fetish. I like dark books. It's a whole thing. I'm going to make you play out some with me.
Okay.
But it's like I like that, but I don't want to, like, actually get kidnapped and sex trafficked. But it's like,
yeah, I don't. Obviously,
not
I don't
actually,
want to. It's
but
just
it's
sometimes like, in my head, I'm like, that sounds a little exciting.
If somebody I kind of know or know, like, puts a bag over my head. And then, just takes advantage of me. But then releases me. Yeah. That's okay.
Can you imagine if we played out that and someone just called the cops and I, like, get SWAT?
I think I could actually see that happening to us. Like, us taking it way too far, but us just having fun with it. And then actual law enforcement get involved. And then when we explain the story, I can see them just being so fucking concerned for us that they either just walk away or they admit us into the hospital.
5150 us? They're like,
these drug test us. Like, they are on the PCP and meth and they are freaking the fuck out. We don't know what to do. We're going to put them up, but they can't be together.
They need to be separate. Have you watched
We're on
Parks
other
and
wings
Rec?
and we're no.
Damn. Okay, there's like this scene where like Ron and his wife were like separated and they're like, like
that would be us.
Animalistic noises.
Us being on other sides of the wing and then us still just yelling down the hallways back and forth.
Baby, I'll still kidnap you.
I'm coming. You took my wife. How dare you take my wife?
I got the gun unloaded and ready. They're like, yeah, she's not getting out of here.
I'd be pulling like granny, like cigarette voices, like, where'd you take her? Give me her. That's my property. I'm supposed to be shoving her panties in her mouth right now. Where is she?
Like, cop, do you want to fuck me with a gun?
But then I could also see them coming there and us being like, are you in on it too?
Yeah.
And then be like, what?
Did you hire a stripper, Graham? And then it's like, we assault the officer.
They start handcuffing us and you're like, I've always been into this.
They're, do you want to hand? Oh my God. Honestly, one time I should just ask.
Tighter, daddy.
I should just ask the officer one day, like, while I'm recording, to be like, will you handcuff me? And I'm like, harder time. Just see
the genuine reaction of it. Yeah, just see, like, they'd probably be so, like, concerned. They'd be like, don't show my wife.
But are they even allowed to handcuff me if I ask them to?
I mean, it's LA. Half of them are corrupt and half of them don't care anymore.
Yeah. I just need to make sure I don't got the mushrooms on me.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I need to like hide everything
in case they do 5150 you.
They're like, can they 5150 if I'm like, yeah, harder, officer?
Maybe they could try to call you a prostitute. Be like, is that solicitation? They might say that if you get a dickhead. But then you can just be like, call him a dickhead.
I need to
be like, that's why I'm gay.
I need to get one of the good cops. You know, whenever they're like, I'm one of the good ones, but they're secretly really
I'm a good
racist.
one, guys. I'm a good one. Are you, John?
Are you?
Are you?
You say so.
Okay. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't believe you for some reason. God.
Dude, okay. Everyone, I had Maddy send me the whole scene with Dread. Because
Yes.
first of all, it's on Pornhub, and I'm telling you, it's a 30-second clip, and I'd be like, fuck. I'd backspace it and just start watching from the beginning again, and I'm like, okay, I was really close to coming, and it would just
Just set it on a loop.
I was trying so hard. I like screen recorded, and I used CapCut just to keep making new clips to try to make it fucking longer.
Amazing. That's commitment.
Until you finally sent me
Yep.
the whole...
Yep, I sent her the link. I was like, take it. Have fun. Enjoy. It's like, what, 40 to 50 minutes worth of shit? Yeah.
First of all, I don't know how your vagina lasted for that long fucking him.
I have no idea.
Has your vagina always been prone to taking big dicks?
I've always had big dicks, yeah.
Okay.
I've always found, like, my boyfriends, even in high school, I've had nobody typically less than, like, 8 inches. Like 7.5 is maybe my smallest that I've been.
Yeah.
But, like, 8 to 10 has always been my, like... I've always said I would rather be railed out than fuck every day. I'd rather you rail me out, fuck me for 2 days straight, but all day, make my pussy hurt.
Uh-huh.
And let me sleep. Let me take bubble baths. Leave me alone. I got mine. Leave me alone for a minute. Versus having like boyfriend dick every day. I'm like, that's just kind of annoying after a while.
Yeah.
It's like a puppy. It's like a golden retriever. It's like, get away. You've already touched me 5 times this week. Go away.
Oh my God. See, the last boyfriend I had, oh my God, literally like 2018, because men just don't like me.
Men are just not.
We would fuck. There was like days we would fuck for like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh no, I'm in on that. I just meant day wise. Like, you've had me 5 days. Leave me alone for 2.
For a week straight, like
5 hours a day for a
not
week?
okay, maybe not 5 hours. No, but there would be like we would fuck at least like 3 times a day.
Fuck yeah.
Every day for like.
Do you like longer sessions?
Here's the thing. I don't care when you come, as long as you can do multiple rounds.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, like men are always so embarrassed. Like, oh baby, I already splooged. I don't
care.
Like, get it back up. Come on.
If I came at least like twice, 2 to 3 times, you can come whenever you want. I don't care if it's 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in. If we hit 30, we're not doing a scene. You're gonna come. I'm gonna tell you to come.
Dude,
like,
guess what my body count is? If it was only the men who have made me come. Just take a guess.
0.
Well, no, it's a little higher than that.
5.
I think it's 4. I think it's 3 or 4. That's like 10% of my body count for men.
Women can take care of you.
I know that. Joining the fucking dark side.
Oh, we have cookies over here and straps. It's fun.
Yeah. And also, like, these women in the porn, it's like everyone is saying, like, oh, it's so cute how nervous you are. And I'm like,
it's adorable as fuck. It's my favorite thing. It's like you see a puppy at the shelter and it's just wanting you to take it home so bad. And it's just like that cute face where like you can't process and you just want to squeeze it till it pops. I just want to squeeze you till you pop because you're so adorable. Like, the whole thing is so cute. I'm like, I just want to fucking take you home, put you in my pocket.
Thank you for making me feel desirable.
I want to make you into a keychain, just carry you around all the time. Like, this is mine.
One of my like haunting thoughts is like, it's so bad. And this is part of the reason I stopped drinking alcohol, because when I drink alcohol, I'm like, you're so ugly, you don't deserve friends.
I have the same intrusive thoughts. We're similar. We've talked about that.
I know. I think that's why we're both so fucked up that we are.
That's why we're like, do you want to be gay?
Do you want to be
gay? Do you want to be gay?
We'll be in like an open, because
even
if I date a girl, like, I would still want to date men. Like, 100%. I would love to have a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
100%.
It's like,
but I don't want my girlfriend to be my boyfriend's girlfriend, because I want that to be my girlfriend.
Because then there's always a favorite.
There's always a fucking favorite. And here's my
it's
other
never
thing.
me.
And here's never. And here's my other thing that I've never understood about like men in this situation. If I want a girlfriend, if I'm dating a man and I'm like, hey, I want a girlfriend, I'm bisexual, whatever. And then they're like, well, I want a girlfriend too. I'm like, no, you can have a boyfriend.
Yeah, you could. You need
have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
If I'm doing same, you do same. or I can get another girlfriend and another boyfriend. That way it's 2-2. That way it's even. Your call, done. Your call.
I like the way your brain works.
It's concerning.
If you're dating a man, like, do you have threesomes, or you're like, no, you're mine?
I like to say that you're mine in certain situations, but it's like if I were to date somebody that was already a performer that I had already worked with, that would be different. Because if I work with you on set and then we start dating, I can't tell you, like, no.
Yeah, it's just like these men trying to date OnlyFans girls and be like, oh, actually, you need to stop doing OnlyFans.
100%. I'm not going to do that.
No.
But if I'm dating like a civilian, I'm not cool. It's not like a monogamous thing. My thing is, it's like, you're not going to use me to fuck my porn star friends.
That happens with a lot of my
and I'm not doing that.
Literally commented on the Cherie podcast being like, it's really rude when you burp into the mic. They're like,
I want to
stop. I want to stop watching now.
Bye.
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 Okay.
But
Don't hit yourself on the way out.
Please do, though.
Yeah.
Trip on the way. Trip off the stairs. Just bye-bye. Bye-bye.
But even, like, some of my guy friends are like, when are you going to hook me up with any of your friends? And I'm like, never.
I hear that shit, too, from, like, men. They're like, send me to one of your friends. I'm like, first of all,
they're not down for you.
Second of all, I don't have a lot of friends. Third of all, I'm not going to ruin my friendship by sending them to you. Like, no, I have respect for them.
It's so
I like
funny.
them.
Because one of the last conversations I had with my friend who died in February, he was like, Deelz, like, gotta hook me up with one of your friends, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're still talking to your ex. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. He's like, I regret telling you that. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not. I was like, okay, you want me to hook you up with one of my friends? I'm gonna tell her, hey, he's still talking to his ex, but
fuck him if you want.
Fuck him if you want.
Yep.
And he's like, Deelz, like, why wouldn't you have my back? And I'm like, because I am doing what's right, you know?
Yep.
I don't think having people's back is, like, above having morals.
No, it's not. You can people get that so
twisted.
So fucking twisted. It's like, okay, you know they're not, like, they can go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like, you realize that. It's not one or the other.
It's holding you account. I'm making you a better person. I mean, you're dead now, but I was making you a better person.
She was doing her best. Okay. She was doing her best. R.I.P. to you, with respect, but she was doing her best.
I can see him laughing right now, like, yeah, she's still giving me clout.
He's like, that's right. Grave. He's like, that's right. I'd live rent-free in your head.
Oh, he would love that shit. Oh, my God. I wanted to know, what was the worst way you ever got chlamydia? Like, what was the most interesting story of how you got chlamydia?
Oh.
Because you had it, what, 6 times?
Yeah, I've had it 6 fucking times.
Yeah.
Okay. So my gangbang I did, the only gangbang I did, I had a torn asshole when I started doing it.
Because of Owen Gray?
Yeah. That's exactly why my ass was torn.
Yeah.
And so I did, and so it was 5 of us, and we do the gangbang, and then afterwards, like, I get chlamydia, and I don't know how, and I swear it was the super clap before the super clap was here. Like, my discharge was green.
That's what happened to me when I got chlamydia.
It was like it wasn't a yeast infection because it wasn't itchy.
Yeah.
But it was that kind of consistency.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's that chunky for you guys, and green. And I was like, what the I was like, am I dying? I'm like, do I have BV? Am I like chlamydia, gonorrhea, what? So I go to the doctor and I get the test, and they're like, oh. And it is resistant to the first round of antibiotics. And so I messaged the people, and I'm like, hey,
I have chlamydia.
Hey, you good? And they're like, oh, no, we're all fine. I'm like, then how the fuck did I get it? Because that was the only thing I had done, unless I got it from the dirty-ass couch.
Someone lied.
Somebody lied.
Somebody lied.
Somebody fucking lied. But it was so fucking bad. And then right after that, I did get a yeast infection towards the end of it. So
because the antibiotics can make an overgrowth of
And so I was just sitting there, and I just wanted to rip my pussy off. Like, I was the Wolverine, and I was so uncomfortable. I'm like, I'm done being a woman. I want a penis or murder. Like, just take me out. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad.
Honestly, okay, so I got green discharge too, and I'm like, I wonder if I gave it to anyone, because I know who gave it to me. But so one of the guys, I blamed the wrong person at first, and my dorm was right next to Campus Health at the time. Yeah. I saw him walking to Campus Health after I said, you gave me chlamydia. I had to hide behind a bush just so he didn't see me walking behind him. Then he was clean, so it wasn't him. And he was
Shit.
like, you exposed me to chlamydia, you whore.
He switched it around real quick.
Oh, he was so mad. I was like, I could not go back to that frat for a
No.
little bit. He was pissed.
Yeah.
But I really thought he gave me chlamydia. He's like, no, I use condoms with other people. You told me that you didn't want to
This
use
is your fault. This is you.
And I was probably raw dogging like 3 or 4 frat guys from different. I had an SAE, a Kappa Sig. Oh my God, another SAE.
Oh.
And an.
Oh. But see, I don't feel bad. I don't judge you for raw dogging because I don't use. I don't know how I only have one child. I don't use condoms. I'm allergic to latex. Always have.
I'm allergic to latex too.
But
and the lambskin doesn't protect from STDs.
No.
And the skin condoms fucking suck.
But I've also been raw dogging life because I don't do birth control. So my entire life, I was sitting here raw dogging everybody. But I never got an STD until I joined porn.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it's funny because most
Which
people
is
say the opposite.
Always. And I'm like, I don't know how I got lucky.
Are you like, are these people lying?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, there's no way because a lot of them were military men. And I'm sorry, but you guys are dirty as fuck.
I could never date a military man.
I
I know they
married
have issues.
Yeah, I married one for
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun time.
No, but it led me to porn.
Yeah.
Yes.
It led you to your career.
Thanks, Daddy.
Do you still fuck your ex?
Oh my God, absolutely not. He lives in the UK. We don't talk
Oh.
at all anymore. He
Yeah.
got restationed, but what's funny is I know that him and my mother stalk my stuff. So sometimes...
Well, I know he masturbates to your porn.
Oh, 100%. Whenever before I even divorced, we made a deal.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll fuck Johnny Sins for, instead of paying you what I owed you in alimony.
You owed him an alimony? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I gave him the house.
Wow.
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 Wow, sir. And all I asked for was like a fork, a couple of like clothes, and like a couple candles. I was like, please just mail that back. Nothing. You got the money, and you ain't giving me a fork. That was the only thing.
Oh my God.
I know.
It makes me like not really want to be in a relationship till I'm healed and he's healed. Like,
It's like, sir.
sir, even I'm like, but I think you respect women. I'm like,
I love women.
yeah. So it's like if we went on dates, I don't think you'd be too crazy with me.
Oh my God, no. I love women so much. I would never treat you badly. I would never be mean to you. I would never talk down to you. But the men,
Yeah.
I give you what you give me,
Which is dog shit.
which is why you get it.
Yeah. Men are like, oh, I could see myself dating you. And then you're like, oh, awesome. So we're going to date. No, what? Where did you get that?
That's like, or like they start to date you and they're like, wait, I don't want you doing that anymore. Or why are you talking like this? Or why are you talking about this? Or why are you doing this? And it's like, well, I'm also myself.
Yeah, you know what's so funny is Ryan Pownell is me and him are gonna have a whole like little content day where he's gonna teach me. It's gonna be a funny thing.
Oh,
like
gonna be fun.
he's gonna teach me how to be like girlfriend material and like how to talk to fuckboys and basically how to like manipulate men. Because as of right now, I'm very authentic in myself, which works. But also, it's like men are like, oh,
They'll
that's
walk
easy.
over that. They'll walk over that because they say that they love it at first, but then they start to take advantage of it. And mistreat it
exactly.
every single time.
Yeah, and then with my most recent thing, now we're just besties.
Besties.
Besties. So we got some of the. Oh wait. I got one. I did this with Cherie. I need to do it with you too.
Okay.
So it's a dirty talking, but saying very. Okay, Juliana was like, "This is a sexy thing." I don't think it's very sexy. So I want you to say in your sexiest dirty talk voice, "I want to suck a fart out of your asshole."
Okay. Hey, baby. I just wanted to let you know that it would make me really happy if I could suck a fart out of your butthole. Someone's gonna clip that.
Oh, I'm clipping that.
No, I meant for themselves, like a.
I'm like a TikTok. All right. Yeah, shit for me, baby. I like it when you do.
Nice and slow. Get deep into that colon. You release that sphincter nice and gently. Did it tickle your G-spot?
Do you want a blumpkin while you're at that?
Make sure you wipe so you don't have the little dingleberries hanging around. Okay, I'm done.
The last one.
I'm gonna get canceled for sure. They're gonna be like, she's in a smack play. No, I'm not, guys.
Call me darling.
Just say, call me darling.
That happened to me, and I got my vagina dried up by a man while we were fucking. So it's just.
You just want
like,
me to call you darling?
No, like you're like, call me darling, and us.
Call me darling. So fucking weird.
I've never had my vagina dry up quicker than that.
I don't like darling.
I don't like that.
No.
Why did he say that?
Why?
What in what context was that acceptable?
You could have said baby, babe,
cunt,
bitch,
hole,
whore, slut,
my little big ass booty.
That's right.
My pog.
Anything.
Anything else.
Take this dick, darling. No.
No.
Let me take my panties off and put them in your mouth.
He was like, darling, are you okay?
Not anymore.
Nope.
Nope, I'm not.
I'm done.
I'm not.
No, we're not doing anything else.
Besties.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's get into a little bit more of a serious conversation because this is fun.
This is everywhere.
This has been fun.
This is everywhere.
So I wanted, oh my God, I've actually been so nervous to even talk about this because like most girls don't want to talk about Adam 22, sexual assault in the industry. I feel like it's just something that a lot of girls avoid talking about. And it's like Adam 22, it's like I looked into it. There's a whole, and here everything is alleged. I'm not saying that anything is like factual. But
it's alleged, rhetorical, hypothetical, everything, theoretical,
everything.
Everything from here on out.
But it's like you go on Reddit and you see many stories about him.
Other podcast clips of you saying inappropriate things.
Yes, about underage girls admitting to fucking underage girls, allegedly fucking. Like it's.
Even if it is alleged and it is fake, even if it is all fully fake and it's not true at all, even saying those things regardless for clickbait, if that would be the only other reason to do it.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, it's inappropriate, and it's not a good look because people are going to look up to people like that.
And think it's okay.
And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can date a 16-year-old if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Whether you mean it or not, you're telling other people that these ideas can be used.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not okay.
And also, like, listen, I was only on No Jumper, like the podcast once and the YouTube once.
Yeah.
And I've already had 3 different girls talk to me and tell me stories about what happened to them or their friends from Adam 22. All alleged, again, but not good stories.
Yeah.
Like, very, very bad stories. And I was only on it once. I don't know why people still work with. I mean, I get it. He might boost your numbers, but like, is that above?
What exactly? And I've noticed, like, so I only did Plug Talk once, which is the OF version, and they are starting to do these like live, like orgy type situations, and they have like these names that are doing it. And this is literally right after we all just saw the accusations. We saw and they're not just accusations. We've seen things that, whether they are true or not, he has said himself. We have seen those for our own eyes. Regardless, like right now, Motley Models has an issue. Are you going to jump on the bandwagon and start talking to Dave Rock? No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that. Why are you allowing it to happen with this person just because it can, give you 20 to 100 more subscribers for a month? But when everything comes back to fruition, which if nobody's noticed, it always comes back. It always will circle back. It's going to be seen that you guys are still supporting and enabling this type of behavior, and you're supporting it.
Yeah. And it's also, like, I mean, here, Adam is great at fucking PR because he was getting all this shit for dating an underage
100%.
girl. Or allegedly dating an underage girl. Allegedly. And then he has Lena fuck the first guy outside of their relationship, like broke the internet, and now no one is talking about the allegations and everything else.
Smoke screens.
Huh?
Smoke screens.
Yeah.
It was a very smart business move. I will give him that. Like, they're
such a smart, like,
he's not a stupid businessman in any type of means.
No, that's why he has all these like red pill hateful people on his podcast saying the most outlandish shit to get an audience that, honestly, his audience, I would say, is pretty low IQ.
I agree.
Because...
Same with No Jumper, honestly.
Yeah.
I would say same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole brand, that whole franchise,
Yeah.
low IQ.
100%.
Because if you try to listen to the podcast, it is like the most boring thing I've ever heard. Because it's like, oh, you just want to talk shit and
there's no real
degrade
genuine
women.
talking points. There's
No.
nothing that allows each person that comes on there to even have like their own type of voice. It's like, so when did you get into this, or why did you do this? It's like, okay, but where's like the authenticity behind anything?
Yeah, nothing.
No.
Doesn't do any research. But like that's not the point. Like, I'm not gonna talk shit about like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of talking shit about his podcast, but it's like I just don't understand how like we allow him still in the porn space. That's like what it just confuses me. And like, I won't call out any names, you know.
Yep.
People have their reasoning for doing what they do, and it's not my responsibility to project how I feel onto other people. People can jump to their own conclusions.
Yep.
But how I feel is like, I don't want him anywhere near me. I don't want him near my friends. Like, I want to protect women in the industry, and it's like, you're not being protected if you're with him.
No, you can't trust that person's going to keep you safe. You can't trust that person's going to do the right thing when it comes down to the time that it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Much less say the right thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're such a good business brain, just use your brain. And he's not using he's not thinking he has any consequence for his actions. He thinks he's just...
Because he hasn't had any consequence, except for getting hate on the internet.
For what, a month?
For
Maybe.
like a month or two, and I think he tweeted something like, getting on Twitter is hard or something for my mental health. Like, yeah, imagine what the girls, at least like the girls who have talked to me, like what happened to their mental health. And again, their stories are not mine to tell, but like, if they told me about their mental health with the shit that happened with him.
100%.
So your mental health is bad because of the consequences of your actions.
But what about what you've inflicted on other people?
Yeah.
But see, that's a big issue with the industry is if it's a big enough person or a big enough brand or a big enough company, abuse will get washed over every single time. It doesn't matter who it is. It'll always get washed over.
And I think a lot of the blame can go to the woman being like, well, did you express your boundaries enough? Like, did you do this? It's just, so do you want to talk about what happened?
Yeah.
She got permission from her lawyer, so we're
So
here.
I'm still going to word it very carefully.
Yes, of course. Everything is
just
alleged.
Just because they're types of people
yeah.
that would use any kind of thing. So I had a very large company that I worked with beginning of the year, which I will not work with again. I'm saying it this way, so I'm sure you guys have gathered. It's my situation that happened with Blacked with Vixen. And from that is factual, but anything from here on out, we will just say is alleged and hypothetical.
Yes.
So I was working with a new talent, and the first time that I worked with the talent, he was just more like a green performer for me. Especially having as big of a dick as he had, you have to at least know how to like really genuinely use it and use it safely.
Yes.
With good intention, because it's fucking huge. It was like 13 inches or something like that.
My God.
So he was still bottoming me out, which is whenever he's like hitting my cervix and everything like that. But I was able to like distance myself a little bit. And then I take the second scene, which it was me, that same male talent, the same director, and then there was a female talent, but I'm going to leave her out of everything. And I am I'm an extreme performer. So once everything started to happen, after we did sex stills, which during sex stills, I told everybody, I'm like, hey, if you have a depth of penetration, let the talent know. It's totally okay. It's totally okay to do that.
And what does that mean?
A depth of penetration. So a lot of the newer women don't understand that this is something that you are allowed to do, and they get scared that they can't do it. If you are working with a big dick, you don't have to take that booking only if you can take it like I took Dread. That's not how it is, and that's not how it's going to be for every big dick. Even me, I can take Dread balls deep, but I can't take Isaiah balls deep. It's just, it's all different structures, growth, everything like that. So I told the female talent during our stills, you can do depth of penetration, which is whenever he goes inside you, let him know this is his limit. This is your wall. Like, don't go past this or else it becomes painful.
Yeah.
which is understandable for anybody that has a big penis in the world. Like, you've had to do that. Or even with strap-ons with women or dildos with other women. You have to know your safety zone.
Yeah, like getting your cervix bruised hurts.
Very badly.
Hurts.
It's like childbirth.
Yeah.
Like, just take me out.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I think that kind of frustrated the talent. And I think it frustrated him because he also used to be a gay performer, which I have no issues with gay performers, but I think he is more gay than straight because he always struggled as well. He never stayed like fully erect, fully hard. And I think it's because he preferred men over women. So he, I think, started getting like in his feels about it. The scene starts, and I take the belt off, and I put it around my neck like this. Oh, I smack her on the butt, and I put it around my neck. Director calls cut. He's like, hey, not here. And I'm like, okay, let's have a conversation then.
Okay.
And that was because they said that's kind of a gray area for that company on the level of choking. And that's just that's how I perform.
Yeah.
So I initiated a conversation of consent, and which my issue was, this is one thing that is not alleged. It was not recorded. And I have a large issue with the fact that consent is not being recorded because it should be. Every other company records your consent. It records your do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
And it does your in and out. Like, you're here on your own free will, da-da-da-da. And then at the end, it's like, you shot this. You're okay with everything that happened. And they don't do that. So since they said it's a gray area, I was like, okay, well, let's just avoid it altogether.
Yeah.
Safest motion. Let's just not choke anybody. Scene starts. He starts. I could see in her face that there was a little discomfort. So just as a senior performer, I just put myself in the line. I just moved her around. And this was all only within like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
It was because I cut it. And then he starts getting a little bit more aggressive. I climb on top of him instead. And where I said no choking, that was violated. A hand went on the front of my throat, and I shook my head no, and I tried to tap, which is our nonverbal cue, is tapping. And when I said that, the camera continued to only show penetration because the camera guy, the director, was a part of the conversation where I said I didn't want that to happen. So they weren't going to show it, because why would you show it if she didn't?
Tapping?
No, they didn't show anything. You couldn't see, and they kept it away from my face entirely.
Okay.
They hid the entire fact I was being choked without consent.
Yeah.
And so when I started tapping, he put his hand around the other side of my neck, so it was like enclosed, and he pulled me down to his chest. And then finally, when I went limp, when I noodled, he stopped.
Yeah.
And then the director's like, go into doggy. And so we go into doggy, or we start sucking dick or something like that. I think it was sucking dick first. And the way he grabbed my head, I had to like windmill him off because it was such an aggressive hold. It wasn't just holding my hair. Like, he was my co-talent. He was aggressively like frustrated. And I don't know if it was because I knew his gay porn secret, or if it's because I was establishing dominance in a sense, saying like, no, you're not going to fuck her or me how you want. You're going to fuck us within our physical boundaries without us getting hurt.
Yeah.
Because our bodies are still our job at the end of the day. If I get railed out today by you and I can't work tomorrow, you're still getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm not. So that's a problem. So after that, the director's like, go into doggy. We go into doggy, and I lock my hips because, like, you have strong legs. You can lock your legs. It's like, good luck moving that. And he starts trying to throw my legs open, saying, open up, open the fuck up. You know how to open up, which is aggressive.
Yeah.
Not cool. None of that. And when he does, he finally, like, gets my leg to move, and I had no nails. I had, like, literally gay nails at this point. And I went to go finger my co-talent, and he slammed my hips and bottomed me out so fucking hard. My finger went in at an angle and cut the entire inside of her pussy and put her out for a week. Like, the not the labia, like the inside of her pussy.
Yeah.
And I had no nails.
Yeah.
And I turn and I say, stop fucking bottoming me out. I told you not to bottom me out. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, you just weren't telling me. Or he's like, you weren't moving, or he said something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not listening.
Yeah.
You're violating what I'm saying. You still choked me when I said don't choke me. And so that talent gets up, and I'm trying to make sure, like, she's good. And, like, obviously the scene stopped. I'm done.
Yeah.
She's injured. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done at this point. And the talent, the male talent walks out. The director talks to him. That talent, since that day, all he did was walk out. He's never apologized to me. He's never addressed anything to me.
Yeah.
And instead, he tried to DM the other female, saying that he wanted to shoot content with her, and she clapped back at him. Was like, "How dare you say this? Like, this was not what happened.
Yeah.
Like, you and I have receipts for this, guys. Like, there's this, like, this is a whole thing."
Yeah.
So I tried to just ask them for like do consent conversations and do a couple of these things, and they didn't want to do it. So it led to I did find a lawyer, unfortunately, because it is such a large company financially.
It's hard.
People get buried.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening. But the funny part about it was they wanted to paint me as a racist.
Yeah.
That was the funniest thing. They were like, if I proceeded, they were like, we are going to paint you as a white woman who is only saying anything because the director and the talent were black. And it was a black company. I'm like, that's, for me, it's kind of, that was comical and like an annoying way. I'm like, of all people you think I am. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
So I just have issues with the fact that instead of just doing at least consent and agreeing to consent, they would rather just ignore everything that had happened and just go about their day. They're like, forget the women. But the funny part is allegedly, the company donates to sexual assault victims.
Yeah.
But you have one on your set, and I wasn't the only one. Like, there were other girls that ended up coming out after. I started having to go to Twitter about everything.
Yeah.
And there were girls coming out saying, like, this stuff had happened. There was one girl that came to me, and she said that she was slapped without, like, that was without her boundaries. She got slapped. They killed the scene. They said they would never release the scene. They released it 2 years later, which was after the statute of limitations.
So was she able to sue, or did they just bury her too?
Out of the statute of limitations.
Wait.
Oh, during the time she didn't press legal action, because the other thing with that is, since it is such a large company, you kind of do blackball yourself. You kind of put a target on your back a little bit.
Wow.
Like your job, like my job even, it got affected because I talked about something so big.
Yeah. And then does this male talent get booked more than you now?
He's still contracted.
Yeah.
And that's just, it is what it is. And that's what's so unfortunate about everything. And it's like, I love where I'm at. And this isn't one of those stories where it's like I'm porn shaming.
Yeah. You love porn still.
I love porn still. My problem is just there's nothing wrong with trying to better our consent or in our boundary talks.
Yeah.
And every other company, Mind Geek, Adult Time, all of them, they all do this. It's like, why aren't you? But you're the largest company. Shouldn't you be setting the precedent?
It's crazy because even like I've only heard great things about Brazzers too. Like big companies do great. It's just like, why Vixen?
And you were the largest one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to, if you're
set an example?
If you're trying to set the example of having the best quality of shoots, the best quality of photos, the best quality of contracted models, wouldn't you want to also set up for the best quality of workspace?
Yeah. I would think so.
Like, you would want to be the best.
I think it's really unfortunate too, because what I've heard from a lot of other like models is they don't want to speak out about things that happen to them because they don't want to paint the porn community bad. And that's one of the things. So they're like, well, people already look down on porn to begin with. So if they find 100%. Out that there's sexual assault within porn, then people will just look down on porn more. So 100%. They don't want to talk about it, which honestly sucks because sexual assault, I mean, it's awful that this happens in porn where like consent is supposed to be so important, but it happens in most work environments. Like it needs to be talked about in general. And
nobody wants to talk about it. And the other thing is like with women, you are afraid of being victimized or being told you're a liar or not being listened to.
Oh, it's terrifying.
And that was one thing I was having to deal with the entire situation of trying to even get them to talk to me. Because after I even told them like, hey, this happened to me, I was like, please don't release the original scene. And they rushed it and released the first scene when me and multiple people were tweeting about it. And it's just so unfortunate. Like the porn community isn't bad, but this one type of person or community can make everything look bad, and it feeds into the stereotype, and it makes the other thing is like other younger women are like my other female co-talent are afraid to talk because it's like you don't want to get blackballed.
Yeah, because then the other thing that I've heard from other like porn stars or OnlyFans girls, it's like if they, well, no, actually just porn stars, but your agent will stop booking you.
I have lost a lot of work because of this.
Yeah.
Thank God I have my fans and everything like that to help, like with OnlyFans and stuff like that. But I have lost work because of this, because you're either seen as problematic or, oh, well, we have a good relationship with this company. We don't want to ruin that over your alleged situation.
And I feel like that's the same thing that kind of happens with, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't know the financial situation. I don't know, like, what these girls who, like, always work with Adam 22, like, they have their reasoning, but it's like,
you could do something else.
You could do something else.
You're not gaining. There's no way I would believe you are gaining that much to where you can't find another avenue for your morals.
I mean, I know there are certain girls who just, like, they either don't know, they don't believe, he might manipulate, and I'm not here to, like, place blame on anyone. I just, like, want to open that conversation up of, like, why do we want to associate with companies, people, etc., who have allegations, and it's not just, like, fake allegations. Like, you know, you might read a story and it's like, this man slapped my butt, and you read it and you're like, okay, is there anything else? Like, but no, like, people with, like, lots of
like shit. Lots
like
of shit.
It should be something you take into consideration.
And I don't understand why other people want to, especially in the entertainment community, whether it's like only like the entire entertainment community, why are you immediately the first person to get discredited is always the victim.
Woman.
It's always the victim. It's always the woman. Well, it's always, no offense, but it's majority.
It's usually woman.
It's 9 times out of 10 the woman is the victim.
And men, honestly, if a man was sexually assaulted too, like,
they would jump for that.
Honestly, I would think that a man would get shit on being like, a woman touched you and like you're upset.
True.
Actually, like, it could go both ways. It's just like the victim in general is always going to be shat on.
And it's like, I don't understand. And then there's also these other people that are like, oh, well, it didn't happen to me.
So it doesn't matter.
Or anyone that I like know. So that doesn't mean. Yeah. Like, it's just like, I don't believe you until I see it myself.
Or there's like also the people that are like, it also happened to me, but I don't care, so why do you care?
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it didn't like affect my day.
No, it's like you're just making a big deal out of it. It's like, yeah, I was assaulted too. What's the big deal? That's another thing. I'm like, girl, I will. Because that's the thing. Like, you shouldn't discredit other people's sexual assault, and you shouldn't shame them for it, and you should allow women need to feel comfortable being able to talk about this.
And also, like, with men, if men can acknowledge, like, I fucked up, I did not realize I did that, I don't know what came over me, we're gonna, like, I would forgive. It always depends on, like, the victim and, like, what they want to go through, but it's like, if, like, the guy who raped me was like, I was so drunk, I am so sorry.
And
that,
you're
like,
not a repeat offender.
Yeah, and you're not a repeat. I'd be like, you know what? I believe that, like, you did not mean to do that. Like, yes, it fucked me up, but, like, you're growing and you're trying to change. It's like,
100%.
If we're able to look at it like that, like,
100%.
Yeah.
But no one holds anybody accountable.
Yeah, like,
everyone's afraid to talk.
If this man, like, apologized to you, which I already know his lawyer's probably like, you can never apologize, but, like, wouldn't you have a different outlook on the situation?
That's all I asked for. And the thing is it was one thing I actually asked for, and I told him it didn't even, and I worded this out. I said, it doesn't even need to be a public apology. I just wanted to know that you acknowledge what happened to me. That's all I asked for, was acknowledgement and consent. I was like, just acknowledge what happened to me. And you don't have to do it publicly. Give me a phone call. Just tell me, I'm sorry that this happened on our set. That's all I needed. That's not much.
No, it really isn't. And
but they refused.
Taking accountability like that shouldn't be hard.
No, and then if anything, if you're not going to take accountability, don't blast the rest of it on social media to where I have to look at, like, this reminder online whenever you retweet the scene. It's like, oh, okay, you don't think that's, like, an issue for somebody?
No. Of course not, because men, a lot of men, and women, honestly, they think accountability applies to, like, everybody but them.
No, it doesn't apply to them because they're a big company.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Or him because he has a company that big backing him.
When they deleted everything about his Migo Dingo off the internet.
What's Migo Dingo?
That's his gay persona.
Oh.
He sucked his own dick, bro.
That's
in a
crazy.
bucket hat. It was insane.
That is insane.
I have the video.
I'll watch.
I'll send it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. But
yeah,
hopefully this can get something. If Vixen reaches out to me like, hey, can you delete your podcast? No.
It's all alleged.
It's all alleged.
It's not, I didn't say any of this was factual.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's all a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's just a conspiracy theory.
About...
You know, I smoked a lot of weed this morning, guys. What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm a little woo.
Woo! How have you been doing mentally, like, after all of this happened?
When that first happened, it was really hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard because I was still having to work. Like, the first time I went back to work after that, I actually had a full breakdown on set. A full breakdown.
Yeah.
And it was just a really soft trans scene. So there was no reason or call for it.
Yeah.
Kind of hurt my relationship a little bit, but that's because, like, I've gone through SA before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you go through
so triggering.
so much, whether you realize it or not, like all that subconscious shit that's there that you don't know is still there is there.
Dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because actually, like, the last guy who I hooked up with, I just remember, and, like, I wouldn't say, like, what happened to me is, like, it's definitely not. I felt like boundaries were being crossed.
Yeah,
and it's
100%.
like, this man told me he would fuck me for free for OnlyFans content.
Uh-huh.
After we got the content, he was trying to charge me or I couldn't release it. And after I left, had, like, a full-blown panic attack, like, was crying. I felt, like, violated. But it was, like... And, like, me and him are, like, still kind of homies, but it's just, like, I don't look at him the same.
Yeah, you're not going to.
Yeah, but it's, like, I know he's also stupid. I don't know if he's smart enough to try to manipulate the situation like that. But, like, to me, it felt violating. Like, I haven't wanted to touch men really since. Because I'm, like...
It's triggering.
It's so... And it triggered, like, I started to think about when I was, like, raped in my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, like, oh, my God, like, having panic attacks, blah, blah, blah. It's just... It was so hard.
It's hard. So, like, I was dealing with that, and then, like, being ignored by the company, and then, like, like being basically told, like, sorry, not even that, just basically like move on, like go on about your day. So it took a minute, and then I started getting back into microdosing regularly.
Mushrooms. Yeah, I do that when I'm really anxious.
Because I was doing it intermittently, but because it is antidepressants. Mm-hmm. And I don't do well with actual, like, big pharma medication.
I don't. My whole body gets, like, IV.
I'm great natural.
Yeah.
Natural. I'm great with that.
Well, almost.
Well, I meant medicine. Medicine.
Like, our tits.
Yeah.
Are fake.
Natural medicine.
Yeah, natural medicine.
Natural medicine. But so I started doing my micro again, and then I started getting really back into the gym. I was always into the gym. Everyone knew that, but I pushed my weight heavier. Instead of just staying consistent, because I was happy with the weight I was doing, I started using it as a release.
Yeah.
Until I was, like, there were times I was, like, crying at the gym just because I was getting...
The energy out.
I just needed to, because I just felt so pent up.
Yeah.
And I felt aggressive, and I felt hateful, and I felt triggered. So I was like, I need to do something. And the thing was, like, I knew I was the only one that could help myself through it. Because no one else was. And I had friends at the time that actually stopped being my friends because I was going through this. Yeah. They said it was too much. And it's like, you think it's too much. I'm living it.
Yeah.
I was living it.
It's so hard to live it.
It
like,
was. So.
And it can be a lot, like, for friends to deal with that. Because I'm annoying all of my friends by talking. But no, if they're real friends, like.
They don't get annoyed by it.
They don't. Or they just say, like, I don't have space for this right now. Like, I'll circle back.
But they always circle back.
Yeah, but they circle back.
It's not just a thing. Yeah. But now I've gotten to the point I'm good. I feel really good now. I know I didn't get the closure I was hoping for or expecting to or make the change I was hoping to. But what I do know is they know my name. I do know they know my story. And I know they won't forget that because I made a fuss about it. Yeah. So if anything, at least you know who the fuck I am.
Maybe one day there will be a group suit, one of those class action.
And mine's now public. Like, it's now public. I can talk about it. So it's like I'm hoping that even though I didn't do anything, if... Unfortunately, this might happen again, and maybe then I can help somebody else's story. Yeah. Maybe if I jump on their bandwagon, that's the more that you can have hands on, the better for a solution. Yeah, especially with a big company.
Exactly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Everything that we've talked about is alleged. Yeah. Maybe me and Maddy aren't actually bi.
We're not. We're not.
This was all for show.
This is all for show. We're gay for pay here.
We're gay for... Should we do a little kiss for the camera?
Yeah, you want to kiss? Yeah. You're so cute. I can't wait to fuck her, guys.
Do you see how giddy and excited I am?
But... I do. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute.
All right, well, Maddie, thank you so much for coming on. This has been a
course.
great time. Make sure to, because y'all, you need to subscribe to her OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
You need to subscribe to her OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. All my links, MaddyMayXO.com. Simple.
It's Deelz.com. Thank you, girl.
Love you.
Love you.